Peace. This is Bomani UFG hitting y'all with another quick jab off the Parry. First, I need you to jab that like button, uppercut that subscribe button, lead hook that share button, and drop the comment in the comments section and throw a combination at the notification bell so you can stay updated when we drop new content. Thank you for checking in with the Parry. Today we want to highlight some of the biggest and best fights on the schedule this summer. Saturday, May 31st in Las Vegas, 23-2, former super middleweight champion Caleb Plant versus 15-2, Jose Armando Rosendez. And the co-main event, 33-0, former super welterweight and middleweight champion Jermall Charlo versus the 39-5 Thomas Lamana. I believe these are warm-up fights to set up a clash between Plant and Charlo next. Fight fans have been anticipating the fight between Plant and Charlo since the backstage scuffle between the two former champions where Plant slapped earth, winning fire out of Jermall Charlo. On Saturday, June 7th on DAZN, it's heavyweights Fabio Wardley versus Justice Hooney. Wardley 18-0 with one draw is fresh off two exciting fights against Frazier Clark. Winning the last of the two fights, he KO'd Clark, leaving a fist-sized dent in Homeboy's grill. Hooney, being an up-and-coming prospect at 12-0, will have a tough task ahead of him going against the heavy-handed Wardley. Hopefully, next for Wardley is a top 10 opponent that could get him in position for a world title in the future. Also on Saturday, June 7th, the 13-0 WBO lightweight champion Kean the Businessman Davis will defend his title against the hard-hitting 16-2 Edwin de los Santos. Davis in his last fight dismantled Dennis Berinchyk to capture his first world title. De los Santos lost to Shakur Stevenson in an absolute snooze fest in his last fight. But styles make fights, and this should be an action-packed fight while it lasts. Also on the undercard, you have an exciting prospect, Abdullah Mason, fighting Jeremiah Nakathila. Sunday, June 8th, the Ring Magazine number 7 rated pound for pound, WBC bantamweight champion Junto Nakatani, defending his belt against Ryusuke Nishida in Tokyo, Japan. Saturday, June 14th at the theater in Madison Square Garden in New York City, the IBF 140-pound champion, 19-0 Richardson Hitchens, will fight the 22-3 ferocious George Kambosos Jr. Hitchens, fresh over victory over tough competitor Liam Pyro, is looking to win impressively over the former unified lightweight champion Kambosos. On the undercard, you have the former Cuban Olympic gold medalist and title contender Andy Diamante Cruz versus Hironori Mishiro. Cruz looking for a rematch from the Olympics against lightweight champion Keyshawn Davis. Thursday, June 19th, in what appears to be a stay busy fight for 27-0 WBO welterweight champion Brian Norman Jr. will head to Tokyo, Japan to defend his title against Jin Sasaki. Hopefully after this matchup, we will see him unify titles against IBF, WBA, and Ring Magazine champion Jerome Boots Ennis or WBC champion Mario El Azteca Barios. Friday, June 27th, former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder, will make his return against the 24-5 Terrell Anthony Herndon. The Bronze Bomber is looking to get back on the winning track after back-to-back losses against Joseph Parker and Big Bang Zheli Zhang. Saturday, June 28th, Jake Paul will face son of Mexican boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. The co-main event, WBA Super World Cruiserweight Champion and WBO Champion Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez will defend his titles against Yunel Dorticos. Also on the undercard, you got Floyd Schofield, who will face against former world champion and veteran Tevin Farmer. Then on Friday, July 11th, undisputed champion Katie Taylor and Amando Serrano will complete their trilogy. Having already two classics fights, I don't expect anything less when they clash for a third time at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Serrano is looking to finally get the W against her arch nemesis Taylor. Some feel she should have won one, if not both, of the previous fights. On the undercard, undisputed junior lightweight champion Alicia Baumgartner will defend her belts against Jennifer Miranda. Also, unified super middleweight champion Savannah Marshall will clash against Sadeja Green in what should be an action-packed fight. Saturday, July 12th, offers a stat card. Edgar Berlanga faces off against title contender Hamza Shiraz. Also on what Here at the Parry believes should be the main event has pound-for-pound talent, the WBC lightweight champion 23-0 Shakur Stevenson will face 33-0 William Zapeda. Zapeda is an exciting come-forward fighter, and Shakur is a boxing savant with world-class defensive skills. This should be an exciting fight. Also featured on the card is WBC junior welterweight champion Alberto Puello versus former champion Sabril Matias in a Dominican vs. Puerto Rico clash. The Cuban David Morrell will fight against Imam Katayev in the light heavyweight bout. Morrell is back after suffering his first loss of his career against David Benavidez. On July 19th at Wembley Stadium, the WBC, WBA, WBO, and ring champion Alexander Usyk will rematch the IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dynamite Dubois for the undisputed heavyweight championship. Usyk defeating Dubois the first time around is looking to become a two-time undisputed champion, and went without the controversy of the first fight. Some believe Usyk was ultimately saved by a bad call by the referee by declaring what should have been a knockdown by the hands of Dubois being scored a low blow. Dubois coming off a string of impressive victories over Jarrell Miller, Filip Hrgović, and a brutal knockout of former unified champion Anthony Joshua, is looking to avenge his loss to Usyk and become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And finally, also on Saturday, July 19th, the legend, former 8th Division World Champion and future Hall of Famer Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao will return to the ring after a 4-year layoff against the welterweight WBC champion Mario El Azteca Barios. Pacquiao, who is 46 years old and way past his prime, is looking to take out the 30-year-old Barios, who was big, strong, and currently in his athletic prime. Pacquiao and Barios has never been ones for dull fights, so if Pacquiao has anything left, this should be a barn burner. These are some of the best and biggest fights on the schedule for this summer. 2025 is shaping up to be a great year of boxing. Once again, let me remind y'all to jab that like button. Go ahead and uppercut that subscribe button, lead hook that share button, and drop a comment in the comment section. And throw a combination at the notification bell so you can stay updated when we drop new content. Remember, this is the Parry, where we don't pull or duck no punches, and the parry is fundamental to boxing. This is Bomani UFG, hitting y'all with another quick jab off the parry. Peace.
Actually, now we're going to show you how to catch the jab. Actually, in boxing, it's called parrying.